Hey everyone, this is Gene at Artistic Hobbies. Today we're going to do a full review on Eaglemoss's Enterprise E. So in this video we're going to cover the length of it, how much it weighs, then we're going to deep dive into the quality of the model, details, and at the very end of the video I will give it a score from 1 to 10. Anyway guys, let's get started. So before we get started on this review, I did buy this used on eBay. I got a really good deal on it that I could not pass up. So it did not come with the original box or the magazine, which I can deal with. The only thing I'm really interested in is the model itself. And it did come with the original stand, which is good. This is the XL version. There is a smaller version of this, but this is the bigger one. So when you are looking to buy this, make sure you get the XL version because the bigger one is actually going to have more detail on it. And this has plenty of detail on it. Anyway, guys, let's get into the video. Okay, guys, as always, we're going to start off with the weight of this model. And it is 14.2 ounces. Now we're just going to do the model itself. And it's sitting at 11.8 ounces. And the stand itself weighs 2.3 ounces. Now I'll have to say this model has some weight to it. It's definitely biased to the front with the weight. So I want to assume, oh, this is all metal. This portion is all metal. This back portion is all metal. And I want to assume this is all metal too. Whether I think these are all plastic, but it has some good weight to it. But as you're putting it on the stand, let me get this out of here. You want to make sure it's seated into the stand really well. Anyway, because it's pretty heavy on top. Anyway, let's get into the length of this model. Okay guys, let's start off with the overall length of this model. So let me get it set up here. So it's at the very front of this ruler. Place it right there. And we got 10 5/8 in length. As far as width is concerned, right there. And width is 3 5/8. So as you can see guys, it's a pretty good size model. Anyway, let's get into the quality of the model. So what I'm looking for is how everything's put together. If anything is loose. It wobbles just a little bit, but it's fitted in there pretty well. The rest of this is really solid. Yeah, this thing isn't going anywhere. Now as far as how they put it together, looks like there's a body line right here where they put it together. There is another one that goes up here. Another one goes down here. And it looks like there's a tiny seam that goes all the way around here. So they're hiding this line really, really well. Now as far as in back here, looks like a body seam here that goes all the way across. We got body seams that go along here. That's more prevalent, the seam right here, along here, up along here. So I guess there's the only seam that would really pop out at you is this seam right here. This seam doesn't bother me much, so when it's on a stand, you're not really going to see that seam. And it looks like there is a seam right back in this area. But overall, Eaglemoss did a nice job covering up the seams on this model. So good job, Eaglemoss, on that. So let's get up and personal with this model and just check out the details and the paint, decals, and see how that is on this model. Okay, when it comes to detail on this model, there's a lot of it. So let's get into it. Let's start off in front here. The NCC 1701E. Numbers, letters are very crisp. Up here you can see it says USS Enterprise. That's very crisp. So good job on keeping the letters really crisp on such a small model. Little Aztec going on here. Windows are not bad. You can see on this particular window here, if I can get up close, where the window, the black line should have been, and the indentation on the model itself. So Eaglemoss has a problem with lining up their windows with the model itself. But from far away, you're not going to notice that one bit. Nice detail up here. Up here, it's real nice. See if I can get up close here for you guys on here. Nice job on here. Lines are nice and straight all the way down. Got the shuttle bay back here. See if I can focus in on here for you guys. That's pretty incredible. As small as those letters are, they're really crisp. Let's see if I can get focused on this one. May not be able to. The lines are nice and crisp here. Let's get on to the underside of this thing. Lots of detail down here. All kinds of detail. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think about this model. Very detailed model from Eaglemoss. And this model is the XL version. So they did make two of these, one that's much smaller than this. I believe the small version is only around 5 inches long. I could be mistaken on that one, but it is smaller than this one. We do see some right there, some holes right there, maybe where they put this blue um, clear piece in to connect it. But it doesn't detract from the model. Let's see if I can get up close here. So the paint details on this model are really, really good, except for some of the windows being out of place. But like I said before, at far distance, you're never going to know the difference. So good job, Eaglemoss, on the detail on this model. Now let's get into the quality of the stand. Of course, it's a standard Eaglemoss stand. Comes in two pieces. Has a clear portion. Nicely put together. Base itself has some weight to it. As always, Eaglemoss puts felt on the bottom of their stands. So if it's on a wood countertop or glass top, it's not going to scratch it. And they basically fit together just like this. Snap in place. Now as the way the model fits on the cradle. Now just be careful, it is front heavy. So you want to make sure it's on the stand really good. So let me take this. I was going to take the camera off the tripod, but I'm going to lift up the model so you can see how it's actually connected. So it firmly has it in place. It does have a little wobble, but I don't feel that the stand is going to come off the base, even though there is a little bit of wobble. So I'm confident it's going to hold this model really well. So good. Now, as far as an overall score for this model, I am going to give it a strong 8. And the reason why I'm not giving it a 9 or a 10 is because of two reasons. One is the misalignment of the windows. Great examples right here. You see the indentations on the mold itself on the model and where the model or windows actually were put. So, and it's very common on Eaglemoss's models for this misalignment to happen. I just wish Eaglemoss would actually address this issue. And the other one is this body line right here. As you can see right here. That can be somewhat of an eyesore. But other than that, if I was just grading this model on detail, it's definitely a 10 plus. But since the issue with the body line here, misalignment on the windows, I'm going to give it a strong 8. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this model, guys. As you can see, guys, lots of detail on this model. Just like the previous review I did on the Voyager. That one had some outstanding detail on it, and this one's no less. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this model. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit that like button and the subscribe button so you can keep up to date on our latest videos. Until next time, guys, have a good one.